Wine World. Oh, for those of you who Wayne's World, Schwing, probably some of you will remember that, some of you won't. Anyway, a little bit of a different video blog today. This bottle of wine, oh, I'm not going to show you the label. Good friend of mine, Chris, came up with a suggestion. So I'm going to throw it out to all of you today and say, look, you can get back to me by emailing me at joe@joefermano.com or go to my website, joefermano.com, under Mojo Blog, and you can blog back and we can discuss it. But as I usually do, I was discussing with him and I turned him on to a bottle of wine a while ago. He sends me an email the other day and said, is this the one? I loved it. It was a fantastic story. And I was telling him the story about how this particular wine is one of very, very few grapes in the whole world that supports these folks that live in what are called blue zones, like 6 or 7 areas in the world outside of Italy, in Sardinia, Italy, Sicily, and how many people there's a high concentration of folks that live past the age of 100. And something that's in their diet is the 2 to 3 glasses each evening that they drink of this particular type of wine with a specific type of grape that's considered anti-artery scrubbing, I think they call them flavonoids, a factor, but it's part of their way of living, and they say it actually is a healthy wine, and I gotta tell you, it's potent, and it is easy to drink, and it's delicious. So there's always a story behind wine. Hey, there's always a story about something. And I turned him on to that, and Chris suggested, and I thought it was brilliant, he said, you know, Joe, maybe you should throw out to your folks on the Daily Dose and on your website, give people an opportunity to talk to you about wines that someone's suggested to them, and how it brings people together, because there are a lot of different wines that connect us. I mean, my story is just of being out in Napa a few times, and the San Ynez Mountains and down that area, and just how the people are so passionate about what goes into making wine. And his idea was, you know, people could blog back or email back and forth and talk about, hey, I've got this great wine. It goes well with this kind of food and that kind of food, but my friend turned me on to it. We came over, we were talking about it, and again, the point again under my whole How to Use Your Life concept was that it's something that brings people together. I don't have to tell you today how wine has changed over the last 20, 25 years. People are into it. There's tons of blogs out there. We're not trying to compete with that. But what I am saying is it's always a time for togetherness. Having a couple glasses of wine at the end of the day or over the weekend, discussing it, the history, what goes into it. It's a great way to have a good time and learn something. So this wine here, which, sorry, you've got to blog me. You've got to send me an email back from when you see this, or go to joefermano.com, click on Mojo Blog, and right there you'll see the video about this, and you can blog to me and ask me, Joe, what is that wine? What is that grape that these people in that part of the world drink and have part of their diet on a daily basis that actually has helped prevent them from heart disease? There's many other things, but this is one of them. So I thank you again, Chris, for your idea and suggestion. We'll see what happens. Make it a great day. It's a great holiday season, because it's the only one you've got.